incredible 8th Street Market. What do you get when you mix music, art, bicycling, and a group of people who pool their talents to make some of the best craft beer in Northwest Arkansas? You get Bike Rack Brewing. And this is Untapped, Northwest Arkansas. So here we are with co-founder and CEO Jeff. And Jeff, one question. How did this all start?
Well, it started really kind of on accident. It was a group of us that were beer enthusiasts. All of us worked in corporate America. And the beer enthusiasm turned into home brewing. Home brewing turned into looking around for locations. And the next thing you know, we're opening a craft brewery. A small craft brewery across town here in Bentonville. And we started the company in 2013, and we opened doors in October of 2014 in a small little craft brewery that had a brewing area about the size of a big closet.
Wow, so a lot of growth. And it seems like you guys are all about the relationships that you've created. So how has that been a factor? I mean, why is it so easy for you guys to create these relationships to make Bike Rack what it is today?
Yeah, I believe craft beer is about community. And if you're going to be in craft beer, you're in the experience business. So what we want is we want every customer we have, if they're in our tap room, if they're walking by our beer on a shelf, to feel an emotional response when they see Bike Rack. So what we try to do is deliver something in our tap rooms with our partners that's above and beyond, that is memorable. And at least for the last 4 years, it's worked pretty well.
Awesome. And why is it important to you that you guys cover looking around the art, the music, the culinary relationships that you guys have with the areas around you? I mean, why is that important to you?
Yeah, for me personally, I think strategy is all about really defining what you stand for, what you mean. And for us, it's a pretty simple equation. The craft beer is an experience, and what we want to deliver is an experience that's special around art and biking. And around biking, we break it down into mountain and road biking. We stand for both, we support both. We probably lean more toward mountain biking because this is, in my opinion, the best mountain biking place in the country. And in the art world, we break it down into 3 different things. We focus on culinary relationships. We're right next door to a culinary institute. We love food. We love pairing beer with food. And then we also focus on the music. I love music. And what we wanted to do is deliver, like when you go to a city, you want to drink the local beer, you want to eat a local restaurant. Well, have you listened to your local music? So for us, we built relationships with the musicians around Northwest Arkansas and throughout the state of Arkansas. We give them a place to play, and we've actually got to the point where we created an album. And we've actually given them an opportunity to come in and have a song, and then we create an event, and then we've created an LP to sell to people because it's fun for us. And we can show community that way, and we can make people feel proud about the music from their area, just like they're proud about the breweries from their area and the food from their area. And then the final step's visual arts. That's why we have commissioned art pieces. That's why we love to work with Crystal Bridges on creating beers together. Art and beer go hand in hand, and they're both fantastic experiences.
Yeah.
They had a fantastic exhibit this summer, Georgia O'Keeffe, the Beyond exhibit. And we worked with the curators, we worked with some artists, and we created a beer that we felt embodied the exhibit. And we also created a can that was inspired by one of the artists of the exhibit. And I'd like you to have a taste of it. It's actually
Absolutely.
a Petite Saison. Yeah, 2-fisting it, very nice. It's a Petite Saison, and we've actually dry hopped it with dandelions. So it has a tart feel to it. And this is just a great example of how we like to do things that are a little bit different. We partner, and we try to bring in an artistic way as possible. And we have a person on our staff, Julian, who created the art, and it's actually inspired by Ana Valdez, who's one of the artists in the exhibit. And we tell the story, and we sell it there, we sell it in our brewery, and it makes for a lot more fun and integration with the community.
Well, and it speaks to what you guys do, because I would say, being a beer nerd, there's really nice balance in this beer. And of course, gorgeous color right off the bat, and that tartness just goes away. It doesn't linger so much. So talking about balance and how you guys balance everything that you do here at the brewery, perfect fit. Here we are at Bike Rack Brewing with event curator Jared. So Jared, So location-wise, you guys are here in the 8th Street Market. Tell me about that. What is this for?
8th Street Market is this culinary experiment in Northwest Arkansas where it's kind of immersed in becoming this foodie capital of the state, right? So it used to be an old Tyson chicken plant. In the center of 8th Street Market is the Brightwater Culinary School, which is tied to Northwest Arkansas Community College. And it's like state of the art, one of the best culinary schools in the nation. And we as tenants, Bike Rack was the first tenant of 8th Street Market, but all the tenants and all the restaurants, they have this kind of relationship with each other, this collaboration mainly with the Brightwater School. And so for us, like for example, we'll take our spent grain and the bakery department will make bread out of it or pizza crust out of it, you know, which is pretty cool. Or they'll make a beer mustard, you know. And so we have this collaborative spirit when it comes to culinary, knowing that like we don't have to get into the food business and create our own restaurant, but we can have relationships with people who are doing it well. So there's a lot of things going on at 8th Street Market. We have food trucks outside of our tap room and our patio. We have a beautiful patio that people are hanging out and having food. We've got Markham and Fitz chocolate. We've got Yayo's street Mexican food. We've got all kinds. The Holler is kind of this hangout, Pinewood social from Nashville. Like let's do this shuffleboard and hang out all day, coffee, beer, you know, kind of thing. So it's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun to be a part of that. So we really see the culinary aspect of what we do and the craft of what we do in the back as something really important and a really important relationship with local restaurants. So.
That's really neat. And you said the term relationships, and honestly, that's what beer is all about when it comes to environments like this. So that's cool that you guys get it. Cheers to that.
Cheers. Yeah, absolutely, man. And the culture at Bike Rack it's unlike what most people would expect at a brewery. It's very immersed in the community. And while we care very much so and deeply around making great beer, we want to tie that to an experience. So we say we're in the experience business, right? So part of that experience is having a great beer, and we are proud of what the guys in the back are brewing.
Jay. Hey, I know you're busy. Thanks for letting me interrupt. So how long you been brewing?
A little over 3.5 years now.
And we talked earlier and you said you actually love to write recipes. So I mean, what inspires you? I mean, what you just think of something in your head and you're like, I gotta make this work. I'm gonna put this down and we're gonna
generally,
make it to
or it's tasting certain flavors and you just think like, this might go good with a chocolate vodka, or this might go good with a Hefeweizen, or so it's things like that. Is just the creativity aspect of the writing the recipe. Just you'll get that idea, you write it down, and hopefully you make a great beer out of it.
So that's what drives you every day. You come in here and you think, this is gonna be the batch today, you know?
Oh, for sure. All the time and energy to write a recipe and
what's your favorite brew right now? What's your go-to?
My go-to that we have probably be our Pilsner right now. It's still very new, so I drink a lot of that for sure.
And we were saying the Pilsner is probably one of those lighter beers that someone that might not be on the edge of craft beer, not really knowing what to expect, that's something that they can probably start with?
I think
because it's
either that or like a Golden Ale is really great to start off for someone that's not necessarily into craft beer or is afraid to try it.
Have you, in your experience, have you had people start with lighter beers and then instantly go to something a little more in the fray and really enjoy it and that becomes their new style?
I actually was like that. The first time I had a Bock and a Stout, I was hooked for life after that. And those are still my two favorite type of styles. So yeah, I mean, it definitely happens.
Well, and that fits right in with everything that we've learned about Bike Rack, is that you guys are there to push the limits and try new things and just bring it into the fold and all about that creativity. So that's awesome. Thanks for sharing. Appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
And early on when we opened this, the most important thing is the quality of the beer. I sometimes don't always talk about it all the time because it's table stakes in any good brewery. You've got to come in with a beer that stands for something. What we do with our beer, we probably don't have the most crazy flavors, the most out there, the most everything. Right. We try to provide a more balanced palate with it. If you taste our IPA, it's got a fantastic palate.
I love the IPA.
And it's the starting point of everything. If you don't have great beer, nothing else matters. People won't come.
Right.
So for us, what I personally do is hire great people, ask questions about why they do what they do, what they're doing, and then let them do their thing.
There you have it, Bike Rack Brewing. I mean, I really had no idea there were so many layers to this brew pub. But don't take my word for it. Come see for yourself.
Let's run out of beer. You guys can't keep doing this thing.
Does he, for continuity's sake, does he need to fill up a little bit again?
Guys,
I don't think I've been
okay,
sipping a whole lot
fine.
just to...